y'all, welcome back to another episode of Brave Kids Art Club. My name is Brad, and today's gonna be a really exciting one because you guys have waited a long time. So many of you guys have requested this teeny tiny little critter that we draw, and I've wanted to do it. I just put it on the list, and we are now getting to it. So thank you guys for requesting different animals and things for us to draw. That always helps me because I want to draw the things that you want to draw. So continue doing that. Tell your parents to reach out to us on Instagram at Brave Kids Art Club, or they can just email us like they've been doing. They've been doing a great job of it. All right, so let me give you a few little hints. This little critter we call a bug, but it's really not a bug. It's kind of a weird fact. They're toxic, and some of them have spots all over them. Do you know which little critter we're talking about? That's right, today we are drawing a ladybug. Now, I'm assuming most of us are familiar with ladybugs. They're all over the place, and they do come in different colors. They have different markings on them, so I'm gonna draw more of a traditional ladybug with you today, which is the red with the black spots, but feel free to do whatever you'd like. But before we start anything, we need to make sure we have all of our tools and we're ready to go. All right, make sure you have a nice clean sheet of paper out. You'll also need a pencil because we're gonna do some sketching, and then after we do our sketching, we're gonna go over it with a permanent pen or a marker, and just something dark will work. And then we're gonna go and make sure you have an eraser handy because we're gonna have to erase all the pencil that's underneath there. And inevitably, we're gonna make some mistakes, and that's okay, that's part of the process. And at the very end, my favorite part, we're gonna do some coloring. So I got my markers here. Get out whatever coloring tools you wanna do or use, and let's get started. All right. We always start with the sketch first. And if we can find big shapes, big geometric shapes that we can start with, that makes our life even easier. So we're drawing a ladybug. Typically they're kind of like an oval or a circle, so take your pick. You can do a big oval, like an egg shape, or you can do more of a circle, and that's just fine. They do come in different shapes. So I'm gonna probably start off with a slightly more oval version. So I'm gonna kind of draw like an egg over here in the middle. Kind of like this, maybe a really fat egg. Now sometimes it's really hard to get this to look right on both sides, so making it symmetrical is not super easy. So I'm gonna kind of keep just going around it until something happens, until I'm happy with it. Draw lots of little lines, and finally you'll find one that you really like. Okay, I kind of want to make it a little chubbier, a little rounder. There we are. That's starting to look like what I want it to look like. Okay. Don't get too hung up on the details at this point. We're just sketching, and a lot of times we start to fuss with like making this perfect, and it doesn't have to be. That's the sketching part. It's supposed to be loose and just to get your ideas down quickly, so we kind of have an idea of where we're going to be drawing whatever it is we're drawing. So in this case, our ladybug, we kind of want to just get an idea of where everything's going to be. So I like just to find out the size, and we can clean this up later if we want. All right, so we got the big old oval in the middle, and the cool thing about ladybugs is they are pretty easy shape to do, so it's not going to be a very difficult class today, but it will be very fun. It'll be really fun to color. All right, so let's do a little line right here across the top. Well, that kind of went wonky. There we go, something like that. So cut that off, because what we're going to do is now we're going to erase this whole top part. Okay, so now that we've erased that, let's add the head. It's gonna be a little bit smaller than the rest of the body. So it's gonna be kind of, I'm gonna combine the head and the thorax together a little bit, because this is their abdomen under here, under this big shell on the top, which actually houses their wings. Their wings are under there, like most beetles. All right, so let's do this. Let's do like I'm gonna kind of go like this. There we go. That's gonna be my ladybug's head. Now, I'm gonna probably draw big eyes on it because I want it to be a fun character, and you typically don't see the eyes when you're looking at a ladybug, so if you don't want to draw the eyes, you don't have to, but I'm going to because I think it'll be a little bit more fun. Make them a little bit more personable, I should say. A little friendly. All right, next step. Let's draw those eyes on here, if you want to. You don't have to. I feel like I have to say that because I don't want you to feel limited ever by what I'm telling you to draw, because we're all just kind of figuring this out on our own. We're drawing how we would like to draw it. Okay, I'm gonna make bigger eyeballs. There we go. Now again, their eyeballs are not this big. These kind of look like fly eyes or grasshopper eyes that we've done before. But I think it'll just be a little bit more fun having those eyes. Make them a little bit of a character. Okay, you got those circles on there? All right, we got the circle. Maybe we want to add the pupils, which is that dark black part in the middle of your eye. Which again, I don't think their eyes look like that. I feel like it's my responsibility to tell you that this is not completely accurate, because I try to be accurate, but we do take some creative liberties, which is just part of being an artist. And it's fun. Like, how do you see a ladybug? What does a ladybug look like to you? And you draw however you darn well please, because you can, you're the artist. Okay, I like that. Maybe that is a little far apart, but it's okay. Now, what we're gonna do is gonna add a line right down the middle. We're gonna cut it because this is going to open up like a door. It's gonna open up like that, and it's gonna lift up and show all the wings underneath. Now, we're not gonna draw that, but just so you know, that's where the wings are hidden, because they do fly, but they don't look like they have any wings. They're all hidden underneath that giant shell. And that's actually why they're beetles and they're not bugs. So they're not technically bugs. We call them ladybugs, but they're actually, we should more accurately call them lady beetles. Interesting, huh? Because they're definitely beetles. All right, okay, let's do maybe the antennas in the front. Give it a little bit of a personality up here. There we go. Let's do one right out here. There we are. Maybe we'll add a little round end on it. Now, normally I would try to draw a mouth on here at some point, but it's going to be kind of tricky just the way that this is angled from the top, so we're just going to assume the mouth is under there. Let's see, because they do eat stuff. They don't just have a little straw for a mouth like some of these bugs. They do have a little mouth, and they eat other bugs that generally kind of wreak havoc on your garden. So they're kind of nice because they eat the things that will be eating your garden, which is kind of cool. That's very nice of them. Makes you want to keep them around, doesn't it? Okay, what's next? Oh, what are they most known for? Those spots, right? Those big old spots. So let's draw those right now. All right, so when we add these spots, we're gonna be drawing it kind of the one that we're probably most familiar with, the type of ladybug that we're most familiar with. It's the red with the black spots, and there's 7 spots. They have one big one right here, and one big one. Now again, this is not important how many you put on there, how many spots you put on, or even where you put the spots, or maybe there's spots that are different, maybe there's stars. Who knows? You can do whatever you want here. But I'm just gonna tell you the accurate version of a ladybug. There'd be 7 of them, and they'll be in this kind of pattern right here. I'm gonna draw another one. You know what, I'm just gonna kind of draw through it because it's hard to draw circles, and we'll erase this on the outside. It's kind of hard to draw circles if you're not drawing the full circle. Kind of makes it difficult for you. So we'll do that. We're gonna do a smaller one right here, and it's symmetrical, which means it's the same on both sides. And then we'll draw another one right down here. There we go. Now, like I said, I'm gonna go and just erase the little bit on the outside of the shell, because clearly we wanna have it on the shell. We wanna keep it on the shell there. There we go. Okay, this is looking pretty cool. Now, I feel like I'm missing something. What are we missing? Oh, that's right, we're missing the arms and legs. And there's 6 of them. Let's add those on here real quick. So I'm gonna draw a little line out here. Bug legs are so fun to draw because they're, I guess beetle legs too, I should say, to be more accurate. Beetle legs are so fun to draw just because you can kind of get away with just drawing kind of the sticks like that. There you go, and you can draw them however you want. Maybe they just want to be little lines. That's cool too. Maybe they have shoes on. I don't know what you want to do, but you can do whatever you'd like to do on here. However you'd like to draw your ladybug. Make them a little bit more exciting. I'm gonna keep adding legs, just lines. No real strict way to do this. It's just how I'm doing it. There we go, that leg. Maybe we'll do one more pair of legs, which is maybe back here, goes out, and goes down like that. There we are. That looks good, I think. I think that looks good. Awesome. Well, I did them a little bit high. I left a little bit of room, too much room down here. It's not really centered on the page, but that's okay. Okay, yeah. There's actually a few little, 2 more little marks that I want to make so that when I color it, I'm going to do this accurately. I think I want to do a little white spot right there and another like white spot right here. And the same with over here. It's going to be kind of going right here to right there. I want to make sure I draw those in because I'm going to outline them, and then when we're coloring it in, I'll know exactly where to not color, I guess, because it's going to be white. Okay, well, we got our sketch done. This is looking pretty fun. How did yours turn out? Did you do more of a circle? Either way, I'm sure you did a great job, and hopefully you're having a lot of fun. That's the most important part. So now that if you need to make any changes, make them now, because next we're going to be doing bringing out our marker or our pen, and it's going to be impossible to erase. So make sure you have this at a point that you are happy with, and then we'll start filling it in or doing our outline with a dark marker or a pen. All right, so let's draw our lady beetle. Let's do our outline. Lady beetle. That sounds strange to me because I've always called them ladybugs. Is that what you called them? Ladybugs? They go by lots of different names, I found out, around the world, and I thought they only were called ladybugs, but they're called, they're lady beetles is what the scientists would probably want you to say, but they also call them lady cows sometimes because of their spots. Lady cows? It's kind of funny. They've even been called lady birds for I don't know why. But they've been called lady birds. Sometimes they're called bishops. Lots of really unique names. All right, the most unique name that I've heard for one of these is a Bishy Bishy Barnaby. Bishy Bishy Barnaby? What the? How an interesting name. I don't even know all the history of that one, but I thought that was just hilarious. Maybe you can come up with your own name for this kind of beetle. If you were to name it, what would you name it? Let's say you stumbled upon this before anybody else had ever discovered this beetle. What would you have named it? I probably would have named it Bishy Bishy Barnaby, to be honest. Just kidding. That would have never crossed my mind. Alright, let's finish this up. Oh, before I go through this, let me make sure I draw my eye. Ooh, it's hard to draw circles. I can't talk and draw circles. Every time I try to, I mess up, so I gotta be quiet and draw my circles. Take a lot of focus and mental energy to draw circles. Alright, let's do this. I'm gonna color that in. I like that. Now I kind of start smaller on the pupil. I want it to end up bigger because I want it to be big friendly eyes, but sometimes it starts smaller because it's harder to, well, it's really, really hard to go from big to small, especially with this marker, but I can always add to it to make it a little bit bigger. So we're gonna finish this up here. Now, are all ladybugs ladies? Are they all female? Nope, they're not. I'm not sure why they're just called ladybugs, but they are also, oh, I'm just gonna fill it in. But yeah, there's boys and girls of lady beetles, I should say. Now that I know the correct way to say it, I feel like I need to say it that way, but it just feels weird. It feels weird to say lady beetle, even though it's clearly a beetle. All right, let's finish up these legs. Well, speaking of that, what are you going to name your lady beetle? What's the name? I gotta think of a name. I won't think of it right now. I won't delay our drawing to try to figure it out. Maybe when I'm coloring, I'll figure out the name. All right, let's do these spots on here. Now, the brighter the colors on these ladybugs, because there's about 5,000 different species of ladybug. 5,000. So many different kinds. And the brighter they are, the more toxic they are, which kind of works as a warning to other animals, especially like birds, that they're not very tasty and you don't want to eat them. We did another animal that had that as well. Lots of animals do that. I think there's poison dart frogs do the same thing, but also we drew a butterfly and we realized that that was something that they did too. Telling animals, nah, you don't want to eat me, I don't taste that good. It's pretty smart. Okay, and then we'll leave a little spot here for the white. There we go. Wow, we are all finished. I guess what I could do is I can go in and fill these in, which I will do, but you don't have to stick around for that. I'm excited to color this in now. This is gonna be a whole lot of fun, and hopefully you're at a point where you can do that as well. If not, just pause the video and catch up when you want to. Right now I'm gonna go through and just erase all of the undersketch because I don't need it anymore, and it'll look cleaner and nicer without it. And then I'm gonna use my markers and fill it in and color it in, and we'll catch up right after that. And there we go. My ladybug is finished. Oh, I'm really happy that it turned out. That's really fun. I like the spots there. I added a few of the little purple spots on there, but you could have done any colors you wanted to do. Like I said, they come in lots of different colors, but I really liked how this turned out, and of course, if I'm proud of it, I need to sign my name on it because it's mine, and I want to make sure everybody knows that this is my work, and I am really proud of what I made. So hopefully you are too, and you can sign your name on your artwork and show everybody how great a job that you did. So thank you guys so much for watching. I do think I came up with a name. I think I'm gonna call her D. D-E-E. I like that name, D. It's a cool name. But hopefully you figured out a name for yours as well. And stick around for new videos. We have them each week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Again, I'm grateful for you guys and for watching these videos. It really does make my day, and I'm really happy to make them for you. So, and as I promised, I'm going to be making new videos that aren't animals or bugs. I'm gonna draw some other new things that we're gonna start introducing and learning how to draw all sorts of things. So I'm really excited for that. Stay tuned for that. And remember, be brave, be creative, but most importantly, be you. Alrighty, we'll see you guys next time.